There we go. Needed to unmute myself, of course. But, hey guys, I might sound a little bit different today. I'm in a different space, so otherwise, we should be good to go. Uh, didn't have the session last week. Remaster has been wild. Sort of refactoring and redoing almost everything has taken a little bit of time, so appreciate everyone's patience with that. But we're back for it. Episode 31 at this point. Who wants to do the recap for your hero point?
As usual, I'm ready for it unless somebody wants to claim it. No answers. It's me,
No.
baby. All right. So, we are at the lair of Vordakai, an evil necromancer. We kind of climbed into a cave opening that's sort of making up his little fortress of sorts on a little island in a river, so to speak. We found a funny little magical lock that we bypassed with brute strength because we're awesome like that. Went down a nice little corridor, downward steps with lots of tar and fumes that were in the air. And we looked across, and there was the ghoulish figure of Mayor Varn's court wizard who taunted us and antagonized us. And we killed him somehow. It was a very hot-footed fight, you might say, running back and forth along like really hot tar. Yeah. Anyway, so we continued onward. Chose to go not across the tar, but rather through a corridor up on this side. Found a sarcophagus room that once held bodies of cyclopes. I don't know. However you pronounce the plural of a cyclops, and appeared to be the site of a profane ritual in the past. While we were considering that, we were attacked by more of those awful soul eaters, but we had a little bit less problem this time, thank goodness. It still hurt. There was a chamber beyond that was behind a statue that had a secret room with eyes on the walls. Well, not real eyes, thankfully, but they were all looking at a larger eye in the far wall. It looked like something could be pressed into it, and we determined it had some kind of translocation spell magic within it. Couldn't do anything with it for now, but we're keeping it in mind. And then we came to a big, large shrine room with demon statues or demon statues. There's a difference between demons and daemons, but shrine to Karin. We determined we were able to open a trapdoor by um, spilling some blood in a pair of bowls on altars. This will probably not come back to bite us. And we saw, much to our dismay, a rough corridor behind the doors, an unfinished staircase, and a passage that looked like it was not really. Well, it's probably finished, but it's not really in good shape. Like maybe kind of only partially made.
Hmm,
There's a lot more to explore here, and that's where we left off.
that is right. So, as we're getting back into things and getting used to a little bit of the changes here, you guys were just. Oh, well, okay.
Ooh,
Thank you, Melkor. I am. That's the first time I've ever gotten gifted subs. Wow. First time I've had a lot of subs in general. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. But hey, let's get into it. For this, you guys were sort of going down this sort of small corridor. A little bit of respite was given there, and well, you see a corridor ahead of you, sort of with these two massive pillars in the center of it. How do you proceed with your journey?
Guys, I'm gonna be honest, this place is pretty creepy.
as we're looking ahead at these
I see
pillars, or
blood.
whatever, what do we see on the edges of them?
So, this looks to be a strangely constructed chamber, different from those you've seen previously. The ceiling reaches to a height of 20 feet overhead and appears to bear many fractures in the rock. In the center, though, there are two columns of mortared stone that support a ceiling of strange, delicate arches of stone. That's sort of what you're seeing there, slightly shown to you. little bit more constructed rather than just carved out of the stone of this place, which most of it is just carved out of stone.
Yeah, it looks really rough.
Well, what makes you think this place is so creepy, parents?
What if there's more of those weird undead things and they try to eat my mind more?
Then we'll
So
kill them
here's-
as usual.
Those are demons, not undead. Don't be silly.
You can't expect me to know every classification of monster, can you?
Kiba,
At least the divine ones.
Iba.
stepping down there and looking ahead to some small bloodstains on the floors ahead of you, you see something else stepping through that hallway. Some sort of beady-eyed, glowing-eyed creature, and as they come into your light, you see these tentacles coming down from their face, and these massive claws of some sort of lobster creature. It stands on two legs and looks certainly not like a nice sort of creature to meet down here. Nothing really is. Though, strangely, it stops, and to each of you, into your own heads, it speaks telepathically. Who dares to intrude upon the inner sanctum of Vordakai?
Just a group of guests that he is indeed expecting. I would stand aside if I were you.
That is the wrong answer. I will make you choke.
I will make you try.
I need your initiatives.
What even was the right answer? What were you expecting?
Doesn't respond.
No, I wasn't expecting to be greeted by a seafood buffet, but here we are.
It's like one of those trolls we fought in the river, but much bigger.
It does have a
Completely different.
similarity,
I can't see
Slightly.
from where I am.
but
Not like
as
a what?
you guys are surprised by it, it immediately seems to have already decided that it wants to strike out at each of you, even before asking that question. But as it is doing so, it doesn't lunge with the claws. Instead, it seems to ensorcel its claws with this sort of gaseous energy and slings it out into the room as it sort of billows out into this choking cloud of gas. Because this is a gas, it will flow around the outsides of these pillars, so it will cover the whole room. For the purposes of it, if you end your turn within this cloud, you're going to need to make a fortitude save. As you can hold your breath for a moment, but not for long, as it gets into your ears and eyes, and not really your ears, but your nose and your eyes and such as well. So with that, its third action will be to wait. It does nothing actually but call out towards Kiba. And I sense the holiness in you. You will be my greatest pleasure in tearing apart. But it's not really that impressive to you.
Unsurprisingly, Kiba doesn't respond in this gas.
It's not necessarily you can't talk or you can't breathe in it. It's just in your eyes, in your mouth, in your lungs, everywhere on you it hurts. But yeah, Yarmos, over to you.
Right. First of all, Yarmos pinches. I don't think Kobold can do that. Well, Yarmos covers his nostrils and hurries out of the vicinity of the gazes. And that apparently a collision. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then from here, he's gonna recall knowledge. Try to recall knowledge about this thing.
Alright, that'll be a religion check.
Gotcha. Perfect.
So as you're looking at this creature, you actually remember exactly what it is. This is a Paisodemon. Paisodemon, rather, I should say. Like those other demons that you encountered before, like those Soul Eaters, this one also comes from the same place of Abaddon. It tears people apart. It likes to do so. But what do you want to know specifically about it? 2 things because of a natural 20.
Oh, wonderful. Any special abilities it might have?
So, its most notable thing, notable thing to you, since you guys probably want to know this, it does have attacks of opportunity, first of all. Or rather, reactive strikes, as we now call them.
Indeed. I see. Apart from that, any immunities?
They are immune to death effects and poison, naturally.
Ah,
so
there we have it.
seems
Of
like it
course.
can go straight through its own stinking cloud as well. No effect to it.
Great. Well, in that case, Yarmos is going to spend his action, instead stowing away the skunk bomb he has prepared and getting an alignment apple into his hands. That's it for his turn.
Okay. Giraffe.
Oh boy, time to charge right in. Gonna go around.
Alright.
That's 25.
Mm-hmm.
And then 15, so that's 2 strides.
Yes, it is.
Wow, he's a lot smaller than I expected. Can I say that? Yeah. It's like you're so much smaller than I thought you'd be. It's kind of disappointing. Anyways, I'm gonna strike with the bloodthirst.
Okay. Striking out with the blade, it will certainly hit. Roll damage. And with that, you do slice in truly. It doesn't seem like it has any other resistance to standard effects.
Epic. That'll be my turn because I took 2 strides to get over here.
At the end of your turn, I do need a fortitude save as you're still standing in the cloud of gas. It starts getting into your eyes, into your nostrils, but you're able to sort of shake it off for the moment. No effect to you because of battle hardened. And
Epic.
critical success. So, Kiva, start with you then.
All right, I'm gonna try to squeeze around him and provoke whatever comes my way.
Okay. It will start for that attack opportunity. And it does actually hit you with a strike. It sort of snaps pretty quickly towards you. And it'll start sort of raking at your spirit as well, sort of spirit damage now. Resist a little bit of that though. Go ahead. Doesn't have to be precise, you can get around him. Yeah.
That would have been 4. I think I should technically be able to do that. It says 35 because I went back and forth accidentally,
Yeah, you're good.
but that looks like 5 spaces. I think
Mhm.
with only one of them being a diagonal, I'm going to strike from here.
Okay.
I figure out where I left my sheet. Instead of striking from here, I'm going to first activate my Bard Song because I did it in 1 stride.
Okay.
Okay, Courageous Anthem going up.
There we are. Calling out to your allies.
Looks like it's activated.
Mhm.
Now I do my strike.
Lag the game out like crazy when you did it this time. Huh.
Every time. Oh, it did
Yeah.
last time too.
That is going to be a natural 20 though. As you get around the side of it, you know how to fight these creatures. You hate seeing these creatures. You slash into it, dealing 44 points of damage as it seems that with your strikes comes the holy sort of crusade against these demonic creatures. It is weak to holy damage, so it is weak to anything that is sanctified dealing damage to it.
Do we want to move it, or is we good as it is?
If you want to, I won't stop you. I'm gonna have to move anyways to get a flank.
Yeah, I don't really have a plan, so just leave it as it is.
Okay, Gaz, over towards you.
Oh. Let me see how far I can get down here. I will start out with an overdrive.
Okay.
So let me roll my check.
Critical success there as you're able to bring about this critical overdrive, even despite all the gas and fog around you, able to see and able to do it. One thing I'm forgetting, this is as Mist, so Mist does also offer concealment to everyone inside of it, which I was forgetting. It's to your benefit, so I'm not gonna, wind us back to fix that. Running over to the side, away out from the fog there.
Because I have a feeling that this guy is going to try and do shenanigans with that poison cloud, I will try and grapple him.
Okay.
You know, in a poetic sense, you could see your gauntlets as not nutcrackers. You know those
Yeah,
things
lobster
people use
sort
to-
of
yeah.
cracker things, yeah.
lobster crackers. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm seeing right now.
I will use my gauntlets to grab him, so I get a +1 to the athletics check, right?
Yes. Because of the +1 rune, yeah. He's going to try to grab it though. 28 against its Fortitude DC. Unfortunately, this thing is really tough looking. It's able to sort of shirk off your attempts to grab onto it.
I think it's at least we know.
Mm-hmm.
That's all 3 of my actions.
Alright. Now, leaving only a parent.
This isn't quite as bad as when Giraffe had that 5-course meal. I'm gonna cast
Wow.
Fear on it.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm not casting Fear on
But
it.
as you try to find it in the fog, you can't get the connection going for the spell. Thanks.
Remind me, does this still burn the slot?
Does burn the slot.
Alright. With my last remaining action, I'm out of here.
Okay.
That
So,
was my turn.
as we head over to the creature, finding itself in the place it is. Ah, you fools. Separated as you are, just exactly what I want. It's gonna try to teleport.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
this is a manipulate. I'm gonna make a reactive strike.
Okay. But you're not able to stop it there. You can deal the damage though. As it slips through this sort of sickly looking portal over towards where you probably guess your allies. And as it
Teleport
reaches there,
behind you.
it will strike out towards Yarmos with a claw. Or rather, one of its tentacles that are sort of coming down from its face there. It will hit you. And with that, I need a fortitude save, Yarmos.
Alright. Poison expert doesn't expert at getting poisoned. I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay. Well, unless you take the feats. Even then, though. 24 is going to fail. Not critically fail, which is decently better. You take 7 points extra of poison damage and are enfeebled. A little bit of a weakening venom hits you. So now snapping their claws, just waiting for you to move anywhere else. Yarmos, we go to your turn now. Oh, and he takes
Great.
5.
My muscles. Well, Yarmos is going to take a step backwards
Okay.
and then lob a alignment and pull right into this thing's face.
Go for it. However, I do believe, since you are striking from a fog, I'm going to need a DC 11 flat check.
Of course.
Or a DC 5, because he's concealed. Unfortunately, I think it still ends up just being a regular miss there. 29 is below its AC as well, so it'll take the splash effect of it,
Wonderful, at least.
which isn't
This
so
is-
bad.
Because of the weakness affliction, yeah.
It should take the weakness. Actually, have alignment ampules changed? Good, evil, chaos. When alignment ampule strikes a creature with a weakness to good, evil, chaos, or law. Did they not change that? Either way, it does take the weakness, of course. That's what it's supposed to be. So it takes the
Yeah.
extra 10 off of it.
Great, the miss lost me 2 damage. That's such a big deal. Well, either way, Yarmos is going to finish off. Oh my god, I'm just realizing some of the names that changed. He's going to finish. He's going to finish off by pulling out his crossbow, and that's it for his turn.
All right.
And which means he's gonna be taking fort save.
We'll need a fort, yeah. As they sort of almost force you back into the fog to keep you away from those claws. 27 is... Let me see the spell DC real quick. That is a failure. So you will be sickened and slowed as long as you are in the cloud. If you step out of the cloud, you're no longer slowed. Still
bad.
sickened, of course.
Oh no.
So, this cloud sort of causes you to cough and wheeze. You're finding a hard time of acting with speed. Giraffe, over to you.
Oh boy.
Yeah, can confirm. It's exactly as Parent says.
With 2 strides, I can make it behind him.
Yes.
Side. I'm gonna. I fear provoking opportunity attacks. I could go with Yarmos was. I think I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
2 strides, right in his face again, and I'm going to deliver a strike of my Mumbler.
Alright. Quick slice out, 15 will certainly hit. Arbelay sort of cracks into its shell there. 19 damage.
You're gonna lose your claws by the end of this.
That before I bisect you with these. Keep up.
Alright, I'm gonna have no choice but to run past it myself. So.
Waving your hand in front of you as you're pushing through before it can get into your eyes. Get around to the other side. That will provoke an attack opportunity because you go from that space to that space. Exactly as it wanted. But, well, not much you guys can do there.
There's a crit.
Is a critical strike as well. As it snaps those claws ready for someone to pass by, you're going to be dealt 52 points of damage.
Snip.
As it cracks those claws into you, you're actually feeling not great after that. What else do you do?
Go for the stab or slash.
Mm-hmm. So,
Rerolling that one.
reeling from that strike, your first attempt fails, but using a hero point, trying to get something into it, that's also going to fail. So it's just too harsh of a hit for you to have your bearing for that strike. Gaz, left to last over here.
I'm gonna activate my Bracelet of Dashing. So that is a little bit of extra move speed.
Mm-hmm.
Which allows me to move right on over here. And from here, I will strike at this daemon.
Sure thing. Still at the edge of the cloud, so you'll still be striking into concealment here, though you don't need to roll it because you didn't hit there either way.
Let's see.
Hydraulic punch thrown out. You did not hit there.
I did not? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, no. So with that, you end your turn. Still within some of the cloud there. I do need a reflex save for you. Or not a reflex, a fortitude. 26 is going to fail. You are also sickened and slowed 1. You choke and wheeze on this cloud. Go to Parenth. What do you do?
I'm going to stride back over here behind Kiba to make room for the others.
Mm-hmm.
And even despite it being kind of low on health, I'm still going to try to debilitate it a little bit.
Alright. So, let's try to reach into its mind and befuddle it, sowing seeds of confusion. It will actually fail. It's clumsy
There
too
we
and
go.
stupefied too.
Come on, guys, now's the time to take it out.
Lowers this AC, puts it on the back foot. That'll be your turn. As we go to its turn, it sort of clatters both claws up towards Kiba here. I will make you bleed, Holy One! And makes for a gory rend towards you. Both claws against you. First is another crit. Go through that one first. You take 60 points of
Down.
damage. And as you're thrown to the ground, as per the ability, it's going to continue. Strike at you one more time. With a natural 20.
Okay, so I guess I'm having to use a hero point to not die?
Correct, yes. Otherwise, 2 nat 20s in a row against somebody who falls to the ground, dying 2, and then another nat 20, which is another 2 dying condition, or, well, just a critical strike is another 2 dying condition, would mean you were dead. Unless you sort of pull through just a bit with your hero point there. So,
Remind me what the hero point does for me exactly. It's been a very
essentially
long
just
time.
prevents the increase of your dying condition.
Okay, so I'm still stuck at dying 2.
Correct, yes. However, he still gets that strike into you, which causes you to start bleeding.
Oh
Yay.
my god.
Oh lord.
So if he's not helped soon, certainly may be bad for him.
Res, please.
And now for the rest of you. Just takes a step over to here.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
Oh, great.
You almost
Uh,
will take some fire.
right. Yarmouth is scampering.
Okay. As you're scampering, it'll take a claw strike at you. But that's what the AC comes in for on scamper.
Yeah.
And
Ah, wonderful.
it still rolled a natural 1 and missed you in concealment, so sort of a little bit on a blood high, just completely misses you, gets a little lazy there as you scamper on by.
That's like a triple failure. Well, Yarmouth is out of healing potions. Sorry about that, Kiba. So he's gonna take a step further, and then he's going to a draft on his next strike.
Okay.
Cool.
Raising the crossbow, calling out to Giraffe. Tell him it's a good
Let's
time
hope
to
for some
strike.
crits.
No longer slow.
Yeah, it's so-
Kind of double slice.
Sorry, one thing. Yarmos, what did you say for the poison?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
20. So, with that, I think that is actually a crit failure. You take
Oh no.
a lot more poison as it's sort of eking into your scales there. 24 damage and are feeble 2. Just coursing through.
Wow.
Yes, back to Giraffe.
Already. Double
Just
slice.
enfeeble too, right?
Yes, and people too.
I saw that 20.
Here's your 8.
Does that hit?
Would, unless the natural 1 on the aid reduces that below a hit, unfortunately.
Oh.
As you sort of raise the crossbow and point it at it and sort of mistime it completely, it throws Giraffe's attack off, and he ends up unfortunately missing because of it.
No.
That's the first time that happened.
Wow. Today's not the day.
Well, now for a strike with the bloodthirst.
Yep.
Sorry.
This strike misses by 1.
Gonna hero point it.
Okay. Needing something to hit. You draw on your inner strength and get a natural 20. That'll be a critical strike.
There we go.
Stabbing right into its sort of kite and getting a weak point in it. This is Bloodthirst? Yes, it's Bloodthirst.
Yes,
It takes,
Bloodthirst.
you get 8 hit points. And it takes some bleed as
I
well.
feel really bad. I should have eaten that opportunity, that reactive strike before for Kiba.
Well, hey, that's how it goes.
Well, lastly, I'm going to Twin Parry.
Okay, both weapons up. Daring it to strike. Gaz, still in the cloud here, still a little slowed by it. What do you do?
He will move on over. Right on over here. And he will use his Searing Restoration.
Alrighty.
Because I'm running out of healing, and that's the only thing I have left.
Just burning into those claw marks, those wounds that continue to bleed on Kiba. I don't think it actually gets rid of bleed, but, oh wait, no, yes, immediate flat check to recover
does.
from a single source of bleed. So, Kiba, roll me a, DC, 10 flat check to get rid of the bleed as well. Cauterizing the wound. Not a D10, a DC 10. So, D20.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, another 6, which means you're still bleeding. It didn't cauterize it completely, but gets you up on your feet at least. Or, well, not on your feet yet.
Fortunately, that's all for my turn.
Okay. Harith, over to you.
Thank you.
Going to step. And don't really have any good options, unfortunately. I'm gonna grab some of this rubble here, some rocks, and kind of launch them at him over Kiva.
Okay. Some rocks, rubble slung towards it. But a 2, it's not going to do much here. So it goes haywire a little bit wide.
This is not our day. That's my turn.
Okay.
Going on to be able to check and feeling horribly again.
Sort of burns you back a little bit, Gas, so you take that level-based damage. Kiba,
All right. Step, heal, and strike.
you are prone at the moment.
I do not.
Attack of opportunity already. Reactive strike's already gone, so you can probably do
Already
something.
gone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he wasted it on Jamus.
Okay. Then I will stand, then I will step. Well, no, I don't need to step. Stand, heal, strike.
Okay. Make sure to remove your prone condition before you strike.
Alright, so I got myself for the heal instead of the Pisco Demon.
The Paizo demon, you mean?
The Paizo Demon is more flying oozes, or immunity to precision damage, or mindless but has the lowest will save of it. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, now for the Glaive Strike.
Alright. Restoring yourself a bit there. 13 on the dice will certainly hit it. Roll the damage. Just slash in with a little bit of Divine Retribution. Will sizzle and sting a little bit more on it from your Sanctification. But it's still surviving. So we go to its turn. Oh, Kiva, you do take a little bit more bleed damage there. Roll the recovery check as well with that. It now,
Oh my god, I actually passed one.
yeah, it still finds Kiva to be the main threat here, unfortunately. So, it's gonna take another gory rend at Kiva.
Please don't double crit.
It's
I
gonna
said
single crit.
don't!
60 points of damage.
I'll miss you.
This one, only a 3 on the dice, which is, oh, I put that at map 10 accidentally. Even so, it is not going to crit you at this point. So you are at dying 3, but not dead,
Yay.
for the purposes of this. Just gonna need some help again. Go with that. So Demon gets a little bit of bleed damage there. Rolls recovery check.
Technically on
what
its
do you?
turn, I need to take the poison.
Yes. Fortitude save.
Yeah.
Still fail. Still at that third stage.
Alright,
Lost
does this
poison.
down me?
Probably not. Not with this type of damage, but it's going to be perhaps next time as it's really pumping through you. You're finding yourself a little bit
boy.
woozy.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it. Well, yeah, we're just desperate. He gets his familiar to valet to him. And actually, no, not at this point. He's going to get his familiar to valet to him another alignment ampule. Another 2 ampules, in fact.
Yep.
And then he's going to make a strike.
Okay.
See if we can finish this off.
You miss, but still going
It's
to
still,
take
definitely.
the splash. And with the splash, it'll take another 10 damage because the alignment ampule is sort of counteracting of its otherworldly form there.
Right, Yarmus is desperate. He's going to get his other ampule slinging across the hallway. This thing.
Does miss again, but again, solid damage.
That's exactly the plan.
Almost guaranteed damage. Oops, that's plus 19. Give him that back. There we go. He looks like really weakened by that volley of those alignment ampules. It's near destruction. If only Giraffe can do it.
Could have triple sliced this time. Double sliced, then a third attack.
Drawing on that little bit of that fury. 11 on the dice. Does hit, even though they shouldn't right now have clumsy condition on them. Is the other thing going away. 14 damage, brings it very, very close. Just one more solid strike. Both of these attacks coming in. 3 is not going to cut it. Find yourself bouncing that blade off from its chitin.
Third attack. Are you
And that
serious?
will miss
Game.
as well.
That's my turn.
Let's make this flurry of blows. Just a little option
boy.
remaining. Gaz, over to you.
What the heck do I do?
Hit it.
Your best.
Finish it off.
I'll try to finish it off with my first action.
Alright. 19 on the dice. Will certainly hit.
I saw it roll to that one. Good grief.
And as you pummel into the thing, with the spikes now sort of piercing into its, into its chitin, you sort of cave in its whole form and crack into it before it falls to the ground, dead.
Ocean, please.
You have 2 more actions, guys. We're staying in initiative because there are people that are very, very hurt at the moment.
Yarmois is less pressing, so I'll try to stabilize Kiba.
Okay.
So that's a medicine check, right?
Yes.
Are you gonna kill me?
Yes.
20.
No.
Ah,
20 is fine. Able to stabilize Keeper. Keeping them where they are. The bleeding has stopped. It only leaves Yarmo still heavily poisoned. Is there anything you guys can do before we get to his turn? Or
I
Parent,
have
really.
potions on him. Oh wait, no, his turn.
We don't have access to the party inventory during combat, correct?
2 actions to pull something out.
Let's see if we have any.
You know, technically, we haven't established who actually carries it. I think we've said in the past Parent has carried it, but yeah.
Can we establish that Giraffe lugs around everything?
Oh, it's a
I'm
bag
okay
of
with
holding.
this.
Or rather, a spacious pouch nowadays.
yeah. Convoy is usually carried by the Lord, so it should be Gaz, right?
Just checking the spell. Cleanse Affliction. That's just lesser restoration, right? Basically, like it wouldn't remove
Yeah,
poison.
it doesn't remove poison, no.
Okay. Yeah. So, Parent is going to get into the bag of holding and pull out a lesser antidote and feed it to Yarmos.
Okay, yeah. Put that to chat first.
Yeah, this is a real role reversal.
This feels strange. One second, I'm just pulling it out.
Yeah.
And then I just put it in there, and then you drag the effect to yourself, right?
Yep.
Shoe is on the other foot. There you go.
There we are.
Wonderful.
So, Antidote Lesser gives a +2 against poisons. It should help.
That's everything for me.
Okay, Kiba is still unconscious. Going to the creature's turn is where it would sort of trigger, so Fortitude save from
Yeah.
Yarmus.
Plus the antidote.
Let's try to pull through a little bit more. 16, 31. 31 is going to be a failure as yet.
What? Okay.
You take 23 points of damage. Though for the purposes of it, with how everything is, you would survive. There's actually no chance that you would die here. So, we're gonna go out of initiative.
Alright.
And just consider you're gonna have to be healed up by somebody on the floor here.
Yeah. Yarmo's coughs. Nice. Well, that's done with. As the adrenaline high falls off, he decides to take a nap.
Does Jarmos have any more healing potions, or did he use them all?
I have some on me.
If you can give me 10 minutes, I can also bring him up on his feet.
I have 5 lesser potions on me.
We need to stabilize Yarmos first. I don't think he's stabilized, so
For the purpose of it, if you have a healing potion, it's fine.
We also have like a few more in our party inventory.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove a healing potion into Yarmos.
Okay.
I'm gonna shove one into Kiba and roll the dice.
Excellent.
With those healing potions, gets both of you awake.
Not
I
sure
think
why
I-
I roll on me twice, but you get 12 Yarmos.
Oh shoot. Oh wait, no, I was at full. Because I rolled it as well.
I think you clicked on
Yeah, I
my
may have
healing
accidentally
potion.
clipped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
says
did.
Neldu on the 16 one. Yep. So take that. Take the 12, Kiba, since Yarmos has taken 16.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. It was
All right.
a little worse for wear. Sort of hacking up some of that poison, sort of rubbing your eyes, getting it out of your system. Sickens may reduce as well.
You know, if the mooks are this strong, I'm kind of concerned about our chances against the necromancer.
We'll be fine. Another 1 hour breather.
Maybe we should actually back out and take a full breather, so to speak.
I don't think that's really an option anymore. At this point, they gotta be on high alert now, right? I mean, with the welcoming committee that we ran into, and now this guy over here.
Well, if I don't do something about my wounds, I will certainly perish.
We need to find a way to rest.
I guess we're gonna take some time, and you all can do your things with one another.
I'm fine myself, but mostly.
I'm looking decently healthy, even if I got a bit scorched back there.
I sorely underestimated that opponent.
Gas will treat everyone up and also spend 10 minutes fixing his invention.
Sure thing. How long do you guys take to do some healing here? Can always spend an hour to just heal up to full, since you have unlimited healing with Cauterize and Kiba's Lay on Hands.
Probably just an hour. If people don't want to
sounds like an
back
hour's
up,
good.
if people don't want to back up and take a longer rest, then that's all we got.
I mean, we could consider barricading the current room we're in to take a long rest in here.
I
It's
was
not the
thinking,
worst
yeah,
idea.
like on the stairs
Yeah.
probably.
Kind of like that time we did in the Stag Fortress's basement.
I think either way, everyone's mentioned the hour rest, so
Yeah.
at the very least, that does occur as you guys sort of filter into that stairway, maybe, and hide in there for the moment. At the very least, it does seem like this place is still. It is, shall we say, unmoving. Doesn't seem to be a lot of patrolling or anything like that. So, safe enough to rest at least for that amount of time.
Well, are you all feeling better now that you're not on death's doorstep?
I'm back in top shape personally.
Yes, I do think it's better to not be on death's doorstep. By the way, with the Pesto Demon's corpse, is there any way to extract the poison from it?
Unfortunately for these guys, I don't think there's a equivalent in terms of poisons.
Gotcha.
You know what? There is. Let me check something real quick. 1, I think. Yeah, actually. If you wanted to, over that course of time, just you had a little bit of time to
Right,
drag
yeah.
it in there, roll me a crafting check.
Gotcha.
Well, higher than the DC of the effect, I will say you gain 1 shadow essence.
Wonderful.
Sort of the distilled, evil essence of this creature.
Are you planning to inject pure evil into people?
Probably only someone who would hurt. That would mean probably good people, huh? Well, we'll keep it around. Don't know why it's ever useful.
Well, maybe I can use it as a fuel for a machine. What could possibly go wrong with that?
Would that work?
I'm assuming this blood on the floor is visible.
Yes.
That's a lot of blood.
No,
Bit of a
it's
trail.
invisible blood.
Of
And there's
blood
chains down the hall as well.
that leads into an end room here. You don't see any obvious exit. As you see a masonry column, or actually masonry columns forming shallow alcoves around a central pillar in a flat-roofed chamber here. Manacles hang from the walls near ancient and a few recent bloodstains. They're actually closest to a large form. In the corner of the room seems to be of horse sort of make, but then you realize you're looking for centaurs. You see a head as well, sort of, or a body attached to them, of course. So, yes, I know their token is very big, but it's a portrait of a centaur, so it kind of looks a little bit weird. But yes, they seem to be chained and unmoving in this prison here.
Well, it looks like we might have found our missing centaur.
Oh,
Trying to
praise to
check for a
God, she's
pulse.
alive.
Alive, but with very shallow breaths and seemingly unmoving.
Gaz, can you assess her condition?
Let me look it over. But probably some magic healing straight away, but probably go a long while I give him a look.
Yeah, roll me a medicine check. You can certainly tell that they seem to be under the effects of paralysis. Though as to what source or how, you're not able to quite tell.
Diagnosis: they're paralyzed. I have no idea where from or why or how.
In that case, can you treat their condition?
I probably have to figure out where the condition is coming from in the first place. It could be magical, which would make treating it probably pretty challenging.
Do you want me to deal with it?
Do you know how?
Prince kind of holds up one of the scrolls they found earlier. This might remove the paralysis if I try it. I'll take that as a yes.
Eva moves back and starts
Not
singing
so much for reason. Why not?
singing a song of healing, which over a minute could theoretically restore 40 hit points.
Yeah, certainly healing them up a little bit, but as the healing does occur, you see that their eyes begin to blink up towards you, sort of looking around. It seems like only their eyes may move in this sort of paralysis. Sculpture footing. If you press the use button nowadays on scrolls, it does actually give us the spell, which is nice.
She can probably hear us.
So she's both paralyzed and chained up. That's overkill.
Yeah, just a bit overkill.
I imagine I can just keep trying to do the trick magic item check.
Yes, the trick magic is like, if you fail in combat, you're wasting actions, but it doesn't
Yes.
waste the spell.
Well, we're here to help.
So I'm gonna try to remove the paralyzed with this scroll.
Alright, hit the counteract button there.
Oh wow, this is a terrible counteract roll.
Your mother sent us, by the way. Please don't be mad that we are in the Sacred Valley.
You shouldn't. Oh, yeah, because it's casting from a divine, and you don't have divine casting. Unfortunately, the scroll sort of fizzles away, and, well, you don't feel like whatever you're trying to counteract, at least, is much more powerful than you could summon up with that scroll.
That didn't really do what I thought it would do. Anybody else have any ideas?
Let's see if we have anything in the party inventory.
Is there any way that I could get like better at that?
Because that's coming from a primal tradition, probably not. It's probably not the best idea to do counteract checks through trick magic, unfortunately. I think that's just how it is.
Gotcha. I don't think there's anybody else who can really make use of that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Worth a shot.
We can certainly try curing it medically, probably, but I don't know.
We can try curing it by killing Vordakai Kali.
Can't one of you guys figure out what's causing it?
Barrett,
There'll
throw
just
me
be
an
more
Arcana
medicine
check.
checks to try to figure it out, right? Oh.
Okay. I'll try the Arcana check.
As you're going to look at it at a different angle here, you don't see any obvious wounds or at least things that would cause paralysis. What you're actually dealing with here seems to be a magical source. Some sort of paralyzing curse upon her. It would not be removed by any medical means, but rather dispelling means.
I think I might be able to actually dispel the paralysis. I'll try that here. I don't think any medicine will help, unfortunately.
This would be a powerful effect, though. Remember, dispel magic needs to be upcast to match the effects of powerful stuff.
You have to like blindly upcast it, or can you like?
You're not
Sure,
sure
no.
exactly, no, but you can make a guess if you are able to surmise where this came from, what sort of powerful creature this came from, what sort of rank of spell you would require. It's a gamble to use lesser spell slots.
Let me check one thing really quick just to see if this might work. 1 second.
Acting in this game is brutal.
Yeah.
I'm going to use spell substitution.
Okay.
Tell me if this works or not. I have an expended level 5 spell slot. Can I switch that out for dispel magic and then use drain bonded item to cast that spell?
Technically, you would use Drain Bonded Item for the 5th rank that you expended, and then you would substitute, but yeah. Same thing,
Okay.
really.
So I am going to switch out Shadow Siphon,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast it at 5th level.
Alright, sitting down for a bit and calling up a more powerful dispelling effect. Roll that counteract check for me. And with that, you're able to weave the magic powerfully enough to surpass the power of whoever may have caused this. And it seems like all of a sudden there's a sudden lurch from her as she is freed from this paralysis. The chains rattle, she can't move, but otherwise she looks up and immediately, with a hoarse voice, says, Thank you. Thank you, kind souls. Who are you? I thought I would see my mother.
She sent us. We've been on a trail. And this is where it's led us.
We're here for Vordakai's head. And of course, your mother sent us for you.
Vordakai. I believe they're the one that did this to me. She sort of like recounts a bit here, as you guys are perhaps removing the manacles from her.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I
Sorry.
broke my people's taboos, disobeyed my mother's commands, and went alone to a dangerous place. I'm ashamed, and I perhaps felt almost that I deserved this fate for doing such a thing to my tribe, to my people. But I felt I had to investigate this place. I took that passageway leading up through the mountains, and I found this place. I found that cove that led into here, and was beset upon by these horrible diseased creatures. I was not able to fight them off, and the next thing I know, I'm being visited by this tentacled fiend who brought me food and pain-filled dreams and nightmares, and a growing sense of despair at my choices. Surely I am being punished.
No one deserves a fate like this. It's Vordakai who's responsible for everything.
Yes, Vordakai. I saw a nearly skeletal cyclops with a glowing red gem wedged in his otherwise empty eye socket. He whispered something to me during the ordeal. At some point, all I remember is, you should be honored to be a guest of Vordakai. I shall return once your fear and dread drive all semblance of will and self from your mind, at which point you will thank me for these gifts of pain. And I was almost willing to believe him before you arrived.
Well, it's good that you did not. And this isn't your fault either.
I suppose not, but I will have much penance to do if I can make it home. With your healing, I think I can. Sort of starts to get up a little bit wobbly, but otherwise able to move.
Is there any other information you can give us about this place?
I don't know. All I know is that I didn't see much else in here, just cold halls and... I can't remember. I was knocked out, woke up here. Oh, there was one other thing. Vordakai mentioned returning to dinner. Whatever that meant.
You can only imagine what a creature like Vordakai would eat.
Do you know the way out of here?
Yes, we can show you the way, but there's a tar pool in the way.
It might be difficult for you to get around the ledge.
I should be able to climb the rocks. We're surprisingly agile, like, I don't know, a goat or something. Sort of my hands can hold onto the rock as... I don't need to explain it, let's go.
Very well.
Let's get you back to the tribe. We can come back for Kai another day.
And as you guys leave here, heading back towards the tar pits, we're gonna move over to that scene. All right. Let's change the music back. There we go. And as you see her off, she climbs along and heads towards the exit over here. You perhaps give her some rope to help her down the cliff that was out there, but she assures you that she has been like a scout for her tribe for a very long time. She knows the ins and outs of travel and doesn't need to be escorted home. At least that is done.
That's
That's
kind of
good.
impressive, not gonna lie.
We can be more aggressive now. No. As in, like, they don't have a hostage.
Hello, giraffe.
Yeah?
They probably have a lot more hostages than just
Oh.
her.
Right.
Reinhold.
Yeah, the entire town that disappeared.
Well, that's one centaur. We're good. That's all we were here
One
for,
second.
right?
Yeah, that was it. No.
There's a very good chance that none of them are still alive. However,
Yeah, that's what
holding
I was
on to
thinking.
hope would be nice.
I mean,
They've
given
had
the
2
amount of
months for
given
their
the
sanity
amount
to be
of
whittled away.
excuse me, given the amount of
Yeah.
demons we've encountered, have my doubts that we're gonna find any living soul here.
Well, we haven't even found any evidence of them yet, besides that one guy. So until we
I
see
would-
these bodies, I'm not gonna say that they're dead.
I would guess that Vordakai did to them what he tried to do to the chieftain's daughter. If it's 2 days for her to end up in a state like that, I can't imagine what 2 months might do to any normal man or woman.
So the question now becomes, do we go back for those stairs that we saw, or do we try to cross this thing?
Do the stairs.
Stairs.
Everybody
Okay.
is scared of the tar pit.
Okay, go on, swim.
No, it's for good reason. Do we I want to take a long rest if possible, but I don't think we could have the time constraint. Well, I think she was the main time constraint, probably, right?
Basically,
Yeah.
Everybody else was gone for what, months?
What's
Yeah.
another 8 hours, right?
Yeah, what's another 8 hours?
There are reasons. There are things.
There were definitely
Perfect.
things.
If he's a necromancer,
dear.
he could.
We should probably push on still for a while at least.
Yeah, if we're good to push on, we should.
All right. So you head to those stairs, and as they descend, sort of winding down, they lead you to a bit of a further sort of winding section of staircases. So I'll put your tokens down.
I'm just letting you guys know now that I'm trying to conserve my ability here, just in case.
Okay. Stay in the back, stay alive.
Yes, I'm quite aware of what that's like. Don't worry.
Take what you need from the party or the bag of holding now, just in case you need it during combat or something.
Should someone take the fan? And if like a gaseous effect like the one we saw before comes up, they can use the fan to blow it away.
Oh yeah, that would have been really good for that, huh?
Kiba, are your actions packed or actually Yarmos?
Extremely.
Yarmos, could you make good use
Yeah,
of it?
sure, I can take it.
Mm-hmm.
My hands are always full of weapons, so that's why I'm suggesting that someone else does. The whip we should consider.
I mean, I always have a hand free.
You should take the whip and activate it if we need it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I have. None of these are going to do me any good. Parenth, you want to take the Tal'Doran tack?
What relevance does that have right now?
Just seeing if you're paying attention.
I swear.
Somebody probably ought to hold on to that healing potion. I have 1 on me. Does anybody not have at least 1 lesser healing potion?
I have 2 on me.
What about 2 myself?
The anchor isn't going to be useful.
Does Giraffe already have a hand wraps mighty blows? Because he might want that for his jaws, because he likes using that.
We have those in the party inventory?
Yep.
Yeah, I got one of those.
They even have striking on them,
Oh,
actually,
shoot.
so.
Yeah, let me put those on.
Mhm.
I don't have a healing potion, but I can take some of those lovers knots. Given that no one else really uses them.
Yep, no medicine
Yeah.
on my end.
Okay, cool. That's great. And that'll make my grapple really good.
It won't change anything. Well, actually, no, it will. Yeah, it will give you a +1 to the grapple. Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
you get it.
because it's a weapon, I can add the weapon rune
Yeah.
property.
I'll go ahead and take that healing potion then.
Though if you already have a
Take it.
+1 to your athletics otherwise,
Oh, okay.
I think you have a lifting belt, don't you?
like a lifting belt.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah.
Darn it. Well, it's good to have that just in case. You never know when heat metal will go into play, and I
Yeah.
have to drop my weapons.
So,
And you never know when I just want to bite.
with you guys situated on the staircase, giving out all of your items. Stairs lead down.
It's past 7:30, so we get a hero point.
That is true.
Be very careful. There's probably more bad things ahead.
Indeed.
I'd be disappointed if there weren't.
As you guys are heading down these stairs, strangely, as the light reveals the way, you find a wall. As if it just ends this hallway here.
Did they forget to dig the rest of it out or something?
No, there's a hidden door here. There must be. There wasn't one in the other passage.
I'm gonna
Oh,
push my hand
perception.
into the wall.
You push your hand, it doesn't seem to do anything where you place it, but
I'm
Those
searching
guys-
hard.
look around real quick here.
Okay, it's a real wall. Mostly.
Kiba,
Sure.
you notice that there is a pressure sort of plate along, like a cleverly hidden one, along the wall around you, but not on that wall ahead of you. There are noticeable cracks that show that that wall ahead of you will fall away if you press that button.
I pushed the button.
You guys are
Everyone
very,
dies.
very, very, very lucky. As
Oh boy.
right in front of you slams down this sheet of bronze, sort of barring the way forward. And as it slams down in front of you, you hear the clunking of stone in many different spots, and all of a sudden the just rush of thousands of gallons of water into the other room. Can't see it, but
Wait,
I,
a rush of water will perhaps fill up to where this bronze sort of metal had slammed down to sort of seal whoever was on the other side of that inn.
Kiba, we almost died.
So anyway, I kind of want to suggest that we like step away from any future doors before we push any random buttons.
at least inspect them more to see what else is going on. You guys are reckless.
what was I supposed to do? I did.
Spend
Yeah.
spend 2 seconds thinking.
I did spend 2 seconds.
Spend
Oh.
more than that.
Strangely, that pressure plate was placed away from it, as if this is supposed to be activated from this side, and for whatever creature activating it, they don't want to be caught into it. So, you sort of get the sense that you're on the opposite side of where this trap is expected to take place. Like, you would come in from the other direction, wherever that may be.
Oh no,
So-
we have to cross the tar pit.
So I guess we have to double back, huh?
Do you think we can lure Vordakai over here?
Can I press the button again?
Doesn't do anything at this point. In fact,
Oh,
No.
that's boring.
it seems that the metal plate there is just sitting there, and you hear that water filling and filling and filling the other room. You doubt that this trap is something that would even be reset, as there's a little bit of a leakage of water underneath this.
Hey, yeah, let's go up the stairs.
This feels like a hassle. What if someone sets this off accidentally? Do they just
Like,
not ever use this
oops!
again?
You know,
So does
I,
this mean this was the south entrance?
if I was in that trap, I'd be perfectly fine.
Except
Right.
for the rocks.
I don't like rocks.
do you guys head back to the tar pits then?
If
I
that's
guess
the
so.
that's
Like
the only
it.
other route, right?
That's
Basically.
the
Only
only
other way
other
you
route.
guys have to go, yeah.
Gee, I wonder why we were put back here in the first place.
That's like a hint.
Oh, I wish I could use my wings more often.
Well, I certainly know how I'm going to make my way across.
By jumping in the tar pit again?
Yes.
Can I throw Parent? No, I can't throw him that far. I'm not gonna throw you, Parent.
Thanks.
It's gonna be a lot to crawl across this rock wall.
Gaz is going to activate his bracelet of dashing, and he will take a running start and try to jump as far as he can.
Okay, roll me athletics. 'Cause luckily, it doesn't seem that the tar is too deep. At least you just tested it last time to confirm that without...
I re-roll that.
Okay.
So, I have a question about this
Yes.
this pit. So, just being in it, is that what does damage, or is there something
So,
else?
you also had noticed that there were some bubblings of the tar as there was sort of gas building up underneath it. And as you're looking at that now, Parith, there may be something you can do about that. Roll me, or actually,
Breathe on it. Breathe on it.
anybody who wants to, looking at this problem before you, now that you have the time to, without somebody just shooting lightning at you, roll me a survival check if you can.
Thank you for opening this up to everybody.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Is it blind or?
it can be public.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Apparently, I'm trained in survival. I don't know when I trained myself in survival, but I'm trained.
You, Giraffe, you surmise that you could find bits of debris, rocks, other things to throw into it to sort of like vent the lake for a couple of turns, like a dozen or so seconds.
Cool.
The entire lake.
Well, you're throwing it sort of ahead
Sections
of
of
you into this section, we'll say.
Throw it
Yeah.
ahead to
Where we're
release the hot
traveling.
gas.
Mhm.
Release the hot gas in advance, then travel across. Bit by bit, section by section.
Or just carry a bunch of rocks and you lead the way, Giraffe?
Yeah, I could do that.
Does she have that rock throwing spell? Really is magic for everything.
I mean, yes, I do. I can throw rocks if you want.
But with that
Throw a lot.
essentially solved, what are the means that you guys are getting across as you're throwing rocks along the way?
Rock climbing.
Okay, roll
Can
me
you
an
like
athletics
climb
check.
around the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's still safer than trying to wade through this hot tar, because
Oh, for sure.
Speak for yourself.
Do you need an ath-
Give
me an athletics?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, guys, I got this. I thought it was a 6 for a moment and I panicked.
Decently good. Enough to get you across without too much trouble.
I am following the expert.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
I could have Wait, no. I wanted to activate my lifting belt, but it specifies an objectivate book,
Yes.
meaning I couldn't have carried Parent, which would have been hilarious.
Parith is not an object.
No, not.
If we kill
Please.
him, does it turn him into an object?
please do not objectify Baron.
Hey, Parent, use a spell to turn yourself into a corpse, so you count for the lifting belt's requirements.
I'm using follow the expert.
Okay, go ahead.
Same.
Parent.
Almost falling in, Parith. But you're able to get across, Parith. Yarmos, I need a reflex saving throw to grab a ledge as you're starting to slip. Some of the rocks sort of
Hooray.
falling away from you here.
It's probably best that I didn't carry Parent. Since
I've got a hero point for
Giraffe
this.
is
Okay.
stupefied, he may have accidentally thrown Parent instead of a rock for the next section.
Yarmos, you latch onto the edge. And with enough safety, you're able to go a little bit more slowly, a little bit more easily across there. Kiba, I need a reflex save from you as well. As Kiba, well, you fall straight into the tar pit.
That sounds about right.
You take 5 damage from the fall and 2d6 damage from the flames. So 5 and 8, total of 13 damage. As you hit the tar, it burns the scalds, but at that point, you can keep going. It's not too much of a threat to you guys, especially with there being no combat involved. Just a little bit of problem solving.
Certainly
Guys,
feels a lot less
Ow,
dramatic
ow.
knowing it's not an instant death sentence.
yeah.
Aren't you supposed to use the tar first and then the feathers, Kiba?
Normally,
Does
Normally,
anyone have a bucket? We could bring some
I-
tar with us.
I don't know how to respond to you right now.
And that leaves Gaz. Are you think twice on your efforts to jump?
Yeah, I'm not going to wade through at this point, given that there's a safer way.
Yeah, you're able to easily get across. Sort of your
Does anybody have,
mechanical
like, a-
arms helping you.
Bucket or anything we can use to carry some hot tar with us?
We don't need tar.
Well, we
It's
could
all gonna
throw it
cool in
at
the bucket.
we could throw it at the necromancer, blind him.
Isn't tar
Isn't there a
heavy?
spell for that?
I'm strong enough.
It's also going to cool down in the bucket. You'll be lugging around a block of tar.
Imagine dunking a bucket of hot tar on the guy's face, on his head. That'd be funny.
As you guys are a little bit crowded on the ledge here, you sort of creak open. It sort of requires you to like lift it up and push it. This like old, rotten, blackened wood door there, from all that heat, sort of like made a little bit stuck, but otherwise leads you into another hallway. A decently long hallway that you trek down for like a minute or so before it reaches a bend. So I'm going to move you guys over.
This is really fun.
Mm-hmm. Classic dungeon.
Very instant death traps included.
These guys arrive here. Then passages seem to be irregularly carved, almost haphazardly in some ways. Just strange, really. But otherwise, seems to be the way ahead. Jump around a bend here and begin to see what seem to be passageways. Doors. 2 doors of bronze. There's similar, like much larger doors that you imagine were made much more for cyclopses. There is one to the north and one to the south.
Can we hear anything through these doors?
Perception check.
I'm listening.
I'm gonna roll it as well, just because I'm actively doing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
Alright, everyone puts their ears up to the doors.
All
Collectively.
collectively.
Whoa,
The
so
doors
not
are
ears
big
to
enough
door.
for us
I'm
to do
looking.
this.
I'm looking at the doors. I want to look at the doors.
The doors seem safe to you, Giraffe. And everyone's sort of like putting their ears up to them. Also, don't hear anything at all. Whether that be because you can't hear anything or because you're failing to, who knows, but nothing.
Any magic here?
No magic
Okay.
as well.
I love that detect magic's a cantrip. Did they change its name?
So it's been like that in 2nd edition.
Yeah, it's always been a cantrip.
I'd say we should open the north doors first, because keep an eye on frontliners.
Very well. Swing it open.
You open the door. You
Look
see
at
a
that old blood.
passageway, and Giraffe immediately looks down and notices some blood, specks of it, as if dropped from someone.
How fresh.
Medicine
Vaguely.
check. If you have it, of course. You can always ask
I
your
do.
allies.
I'm only trained, but that's better than none.
Decently enough, as you look at it, this can't be more than a couple months old. It doesn't have that sort of like ancient look to it. A couple of months. Month or 2, even.
So we're likely looking at varnished blood here. Varn Holden.
Von Holden.
Varn High.
Yeah, varnish is what you use on wood, right? Well, I don't. Has anyone ever used blood as a varnish? Oh, those are bones.
Kiba,
These may be cells.
alighting the way ahead, you see a very, very long hallway,
This doesn't bode well.
and you see many bones
Oh, this
strewn
doesn't bode
about
well.
the passages here. And as
That's
you
a
look into
lot
the
of
first
bones.
alcove, these seem to be sarcophagi for perhaps the Cyclops' humanoid servants. They don't seem to have been disturbed in a very, very long time, though perhaps haphazard in their burials.
I'll take a slow pace as we go down the corridor.
Hello, if any skeletons would like to rise up and attack us, it might be better to get out of the way because this would be a very tiring charade otherwise.
These ones are slightly broken. They do appear dead, I think.
As you
We're
guys are
tired of
stepping
skeletons.
forward, you do see a body. Giraffe, you're almost going to run into it, as it seems to be covered with that same aged blood, about 2 months or so, in this green garb, a human of some sort, with a small boot knife sort of clutched in their hand. But you notice how crushed they look, how destroyed their body is. Something large hammered them into the floor here, perhaps catching up to them.
Try to make a run for it, or
Very likely, I would think.
Thought.
And as you guys are stepping past it, you all feel a chill into your very bones, as rising out ahead of Kiba and Giraffe, filling the space around you with this glowing red, malevolent light, is the form of some sort of ghostly wraith. As it
Wow.
rises
Oh,
up
wraith.
there, it looks vaguely similar to the one who had fallen there, and shrieks out at each of you, "I couldn't escape. Neither will you." And I need your initiatives.
oh joy!
That's the wrong button. Sorry. At least it was blind, so I can't use that information.
Alright. And with that, go to... Oh, actually, I forgot to give you guys experience points for the last encounter from Paisodim.
Oh yeah.
Give yourselves 80 experience points.
Nice.
But, like the last one, this wraith begins its charge by rushing down the hallway here. And as it does, it brings with this aura, this draining
Rapid
aura.
strike.
Okay.
I don't like interrupting you, but
Yeah, go for it. You swipe at it as it sort of streams past, sort of going straight through each of you. It's incorporeal, so it means your strikes are not going to do nearly as much as what you might expect here, resisting each of those types of damage in turn. So it's not going to do much as you swipe out towards this wraith. As it passes through each of you, passes down the hallway, bringing that aura, that presence through, I need a fortitude save from everybody. So, Kiba, success, critical success because of your thing. Giraffe, unfortunately, that is a failure. You become drained. 1. It pulls at your very life essence with this void energy. Yarmos, you become drained 1. Luckily, there's no critical failure effect for this.
God, thank goodness.
Parent, drained 1. Drain causing you to have a worse fortitude save and reduce your max HP by your level. So Gaz also affected by that. I brought oblivion upon my people. As they swipe out in rage, half against themselves. At Parent, you are struck by this spectral hand. 24 And this is pure void energy as it rips at your very life force rather than your body itself. Though, you remember you have that ring, that Pharasmite ring, the ancient one that you found deep underneath the island. I forget its name off the top of my head. But it goes for another strike. This one with reach against Yarmos. But he will miss that one. Yarmos, seeing this one coming, you duck away as they rake through the wall behind you. That'll be their turn. Giraffe.
As a reaction to the end, the turn ending, I move up to half my speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay.
Grenade.
So you just
Parent wanders off.
find yourself just stumbling away, not even knowing how you're doing it. But yeah, you end up there. Giraffe.
Cool. I'm gonna stride up and double slice. Remember that they count as one strike for the purposes of resistance.
Correct. Sort of slicing into the same spot twice here. This will be only a hit. For a total of 18 points of damage there. With this one, first one, will be reduced, but let's see if you can hit the same spot with the second strike. You cannot.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay. Needing this to happen, you try as you might.
I'm not very happy.
As you slice in, but you find that there was no way that would ever have struck true. Just gets away too quickly. That'll be your turn. Yarmos, over to you.
Yarmos has a nifty solution just for this problem, and that's a ghost charge.
Okay. As you sling it off,
Nearly
though,
one life.
with a manipulate action, it will take an attack opportunity against you. Or
Oh, of course it does.
rather, a reactive
Oh,
strike.
reach.
And it does hit
Oh,
you,
it's not
Yarmos.
failings.
Yarmos. And,
Right.
sorry, and Parenth, both of you make me a fortitude save, please. Forgot something else that was
Interesting.
bringing with their strikes there. Parenth, you're totally fine, but Yarmos, unfortunately, you continue to be drained. It's pulling away more and more at your life force. Drain 2 now.
Oh
And
boy.
the damage, of course, there. And it seems like as they are draining you, they bolster themselves. They get temporary HP.
Oh,
That's not good.
Lord.
This is rude.
But your strike, let's go up to that. You still hit your strike. The ghost charge went out as you were being clawed into. And as it bursts upon them, 15 points of damage it will take.
Enfeebled.
And it is not resistant to positive energy, so it takes the full effect, and yes, enfeebled as well.
Awesome.
Kingmaker Farn, is that you?
Oh, I served him. I failed him. Anything else, Yarmos?
Yarmos is going to follow up with recall knowledge, hopefully this is a general species instead of just a unique guy.
You identify this. This is a pretty common form of undead. This is a wraith. Wraiths are sort of spiritual remnants of those who have brought ruin to others, sort of usually warlords or generals, really. But anybody who has brought ruin and destruction to towns and spread terror to people can become a wraith, even if it wasn't their own fault.
Great. I would like to know the lowest saving throw.
Lowest save is its fortitude saving throw.
Oh,
But it is undead,
Right.
so you can imagine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, Ferret has a spell for that. Yarmos is gonna finish off by limping away to safety, and that's it for his turn.
Okay. Parenth, over to you.
Good news, I have a spell for this. I'm going to drain bonded item, and I'm going to cast slow on it.
Okay. See, it is weak of form. Gonna try to and fail,
Ah.
unfortunately. Slow this thing down. But as you're sending out these strands of time, it sort of brushes them off as easily as anything.
Jarmos, I thought I was supposed to be not good at this.
Well, it also hinges on you being good at what you're doing.
I am also going to recall knowledge for some more information.
Okay.
Did you say it was religion? Or what was it?
Religion, yeah. You, unfortunately, you're not able to recall much yourself. Failure.
Okay, that's everything I can do.
Alright, Gaz.
I don't have a spell for this, so I will use Overdrive.
Your spell is called Fist.
Found a problem a hammer can't fix. But, as you've still sort of reeled from those soul eaters pulling away at your minds, this fails.
That is horrible. I hate this. Oh boy. Well, there goes a huge chunk of my damage. He will step on over. He will strike out.
Alright. Well, hey,
Cool.
still gonna be a good chunk of damage otherwise, as you batter straight into this thing, hoping that your strike will do something well enough to it. It breaks through a lot of that resistance, it pummels into its very essence, but not as much as you would like. Oh, and
Also,
it become...
neutralization.
yeah. It succeeds by 1. Or plus 1
Oh.
above it.
Well, that's my turn, unfortunately.
Not able to keep that thing slowed down. You to keep it.
I shall start singing my battle anthem and put such force into it to make it linger.
Okay. So if you have yourself selected and press the macro there, it'll give you a pretty nifty way of doing it. It'll automate everything. Well, critical have failed, but it'll give you your hero point back, and you'll still have the 1 round of it. Sort of cough up something a little bit from before, perhaps.
I like the fact that you don't lose the focus point for that.
Yeah.
And I will move in to protect Gaz and go for a strike. Now, if I hit with this thing, it, not the ghost touching type, but it might do some pretty good stuff. Since I, have an effect on. 29 hit.
Miss by 1. Its form sort of wisps away at the last moment. Thread from your scythe, or your glaive, rather. And that'll be you.
Yep.
Going over to its turn, holding its ground. They'll strike or swipe out at Giraffe here. And as they do, they're going to critically strike. The monsters have been
Objection.
doing nice today.
Oh yay!
Kiba, you sort of call out for its redemption.
Yep. I will, I'll keep that enfeeble up.
Okay.
Ow!
Keeping that enfeeblement on it. You call out towards it, and even then, Giraffe, you're taking a little bit of damage there. I need a fortitude save, Giraffe. You never should have come to this place. That is... let me see. I think that's a crit success.
Cool.
Yes, it is. Yeah. He's not able to draw
mean-
any energy out of you.
If I get a success, I get a crit success anyway. So
You're gonna go for a little bit more. Another strike there. Will be another
No.
hit against Giraffe. Once again, pulling at your essence. Oh, it actually gets its temporary HP even if you do succeed. So, gets that back. All of
I
his
don't,
attacks.
I don't like him.
But either way, it takes a step back, sort of a floating step,
Oh, don't-
beckoning you on forth. Giraffe, over to you.
This guy's a jerk. I don't like this guy. Come on, let's beat him up. Step forward. Double slice.
Okay. Yeah, we can get a good strike into this thing, but
No.
not like that.
Come on.
Distracted by this sensation. But that strike will hit.
Just a hit, yeah.
Cutting in for perhaps a little bit of damage there. 6. It'll be tough to bring this thing down if you guys don't have anything to do it.
That's my turn.
Yomers.
Right. I should probably start asking if any of you guys have proficiency in bombs.
Bombs are martial weapons, so if you have proficiency in martial.
Oh, I guess I do.
Gotcha.
I do as well.
Alright.
I guess.
Valley doesn't let me give stuff to people, right?
No, it's only for you.
Gotcha. Well, in that case, Yarmos is going to, Yarmos is going to, throw his... Wait, do I have an action for this? No, I don't. Okay. Yarmos is just going to throw a Ghost Charge. Again.
Okay. Sing it off across the way. And it does strike true. The holy energy, the positive energy sort of blasts out. It's not going to be able to resist any of that, so it takes 11.
And it remains enfeebled.
Mm-hmm.
Yarmos is going to take... Will not take bullet maze steps, but he's going to move up here, and then he's going to get familiar to value 2 more Ghost Charges into his hands. That's it for his turn.
Alright. Parent, over to you.
Alright, well, we gotta try what we can try, right? The spell is not called the Laughing Fit, apparently.
Yeah, they had to change that one. A will save. Let's try to befuddle its mind. Somehow, even though it seems to be strong of will, of its hatred, it fails. It is going to be slowed 1 and can't use reactions as long as it sort of has this cackling, maddening laughter distracting it.
At least it does not sound hideous to the ears.
Last action.
Spell!
You have to make some humor in how you died, I guess. I don't know.
Haha, he got slammed.
Last action, I'm casting shield.
Okay.
Yep,
I just accidentally gave it gas.
Ah, well, yeah. Gas, over to you.
He's going to not move yet and try to overdrive again.
Okay, you're a little bit quiet there.
Excuse me. Hopefully it's better now.
Yeah, a little bit. This time, though, you feel like you would have perfected it, but still, a success there.
It's getting bullied by stupefied. Now he's going to step a little bit closer and try and land a good blow against this fellow.
Alright. Well,
Oh,
you're
that is a
doing
good
really
blow.
good with those. Not a natural 20. Pounding in this one's form. For a total of 49, reduced a little bit, but 31 is still a lot to this creature. It's very injured at this point. And let's see if it is slowed by your effect. No, it's not. Either way.
I've had it up to here with you weird floating ghosts.
That though.
That's what you-
This is the only ghost we've come across so far.
The Owlbear Spectre?
On this trip, I mean. Well, the owlbear wasn't even floating, so it doesn't count anyways.
All right, making a second attempt at the lingering composition for the Courageous Anthem.
Success. Gets you lingering.
Excellent. Now I'm in a good spot to make 2 particularly graceful swipes with my my glaive, and I shall do so in the hopes that one of them hits, at least.
Alright. Slicing out. Glaive of Shellian.
I'm redoing that one.
Okay. One more shot, one more chance here.
Gosh.
27 is still not enough there. Sort of wafts away from the strike. 16, could have used that on the first. That's missing by 1.
Seriously, could have used that on the first.
AC is 30.
Yeah, I hate it. If I can just hit, I have a good weapon for this.
But unfortunately,
That's it.
it doesn't occur. And as we get to its turn, still cackling maddeningly, there we go, it is going to once again just fly straight through everyone, careening towards Parenth, angered by the spell.
Throw it. No, not throwing, not throwing. Reactive strike. That misses.
Misses. As it comes for Parenth. No spells can save you.
Redemption.
Do you have the yeah, you do have reach. There we go. Calling out a little bit of
Continue the
redemption.
Enfeeble 2 on it.
Feeble to 2. There we go. Should be 20 damage there actually. So Parenth, take the damage, then give yourself one health or 1 health back. Yeah. I do need a fortitude save though, as it still draws away your life force.
That doesn't seem correct. Shouldn't my ring stack with Kiva's thing, or do they not?
It does not, because they're both resistance effects.
Here's fortitude.
You do, I think you do succeed that. Let me check one more time. No, you do not, actually. You become drained 2 at this point. Pulls away a little bit more of what makes you you. You've had so much of that on this journey. But they're not able to stop the spell, at least for the moment. They put themselves in a position to do so. Giraffe, over to you.
I'm gonna stride over and double slice.
Alright.
Giraffe's getting really ticked off at this
I'm-
race.
I'm also using my reaction to move.
Okay.
As far as I can get.
Miss there, Giraffe.
I know I need. Whoa!
Another quick strike.
Ugh.
but
This is annoying.
It
That's
is
my
hard to
turn.
strike against this incorporeal mass before you as it sort of zips away from every strike. Yarmos, over to you.
Does Gaz have a free hand?
Yes.
Alright, Jarvis is gonna scuttle up onto it and climb up onto his little rig, and then he's gonna give him one ghost charge, and the other one he's going to use right now.
Alright.
Gaz looks very, very confused at the thing he just got handed.
Kobold stack.
Very much.
Kobold stack.
So you climb up on there. A little bit shocking in some places. There's a little bit of live wires, open sort of hatches and such, but you avoid it.
There's 2 ghost charge entries on my inventory. It's so weird. Well, either way.
Another one thrown out. Misses, but
Yep.
still will deal some damage to it. Some splash.
Some damage at least.
Hits for 2.
And here's the other one for Gaz.
Alright. So,
That's the
scuttle
first
up
turn.
there. Give it to Gaz. Parenth, over to you.
Okay, I'm sustaining the hideous laughter, or the, whatever it's called. I'm gonna keep trying to stack stuff up on them, I guess. I am going to drain bonded item for first level. Like has a befuddle on it.
As you draw the incantations to your hands, I was waiting to strike you in particular with a strike opportunity or reactive strike.
So, the hideous laughter removes reactions, by the way.
Duh. Yeah. It's like, I got him. No, I forgot. Hideous laughter, or laughing. It's gonna be hideous laughter for a while. Yeah. Let's see if it is further befuddled. As you try to affect its mind here, though, it's got a pretty solid mind. It just pushes straight through that.
That's all my actions.
Okay.
Guys, can you kill this thing, please, before I die?
I'm on it. Gaz just does what he always does and chucks the orb that he's been handed.
Okay.
Let's see if I can outbomb the alchemist.
Certainly can there. Just sling this off. Not the most dexterous, but get the job done. That'll be 14 damage to it outright. Straight through some of that bolstering it got.
Except he is going to... He goes up next. He will move right behind Giraffe. letting Yarmos drop from the ring apparently,
Yeah.
and do a map attack.
Sure thing.
Excuse me, that was not clear. There we go.
Try as you might, though, sort of learned from your previous strikes and gets away before that hydraulic fist pummels into it. Kiba.
All right. Well then, since it doesn't have the ability to do the reaction, I'm gonna rush in and go furious.
Mm-hmm. Too sluggish, too distracted.
I have a vitalizing weapon active. If I can only hit it, please.
You guys do know that you can walk through incorporeals, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they walk through you guys.
I
the
suppose
other
you're
way.
right.
I thought it had like a guaranteed tumble through ability.
The problem with walking through is that we'll have to walk longer to catch up with it once it like.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay.
Either
well,
way, does miss
I already
there.
swung. Wouldn't be fair to take that back, and it's just gonna get another turn right away. So I might as well stand my ground and do a strike,
Okay.
and then try out the other tactic next time.
Can you shove your teammates?
Kiba,
Like,
something is wrong.
Yeah.
You should have your ability score modifiers look incorrect. Check those real quick. And everyone check their ability score modifiers. They may have gotten shifted around by some means. Just to make sure.
Oh yeah, it's just pure abilities now. Pure modifiers now.
Yeah, no, but I saw on Kiba you had only a +3 on your strength. It should be +4 at this level. Ah, there it is. It's your class. Because I had revitalized the classes, it took away some of your sheets the ability score increase that you get from your class. So I'm gonna hit that Kiba to get you up to. Oh, there you
got
go.
it.
Mhm.
That would have had me hit twice.
Make
Because I
this
was
one a
down
hit.
by one twice.
Make this one a hit. We'll say. Actually, to be fair, yes,
I'm
it
gonna
should.
try.
They both should have hit. Damn the remaster. I'm annoyed by it, but either way,
It'll be great once we get through the bugs.
yes,
Are you saying twice?
yes, yes. You should have hit. Giraffe also the
Revitalizing
same.
is on.
Yeah, there. We go. Giraffe also the same for you. I'm just gonna fix that.
Which weapon?
There we go. It's not weapons. It's your strength modifier.
Oh yeah, my strength modifier. It should be correct.
So
Oh.
slice into the creature Kiba. Your slices themselves aren't doing much damage, but it does draw a little bit of vitality onto it, giving it persistent damage from that, which certainly will help. Alright, back to swords. Alright, so that being
Excellent.
going over to its turn,
Thank you.
it's still gonna go after Parenth because it sees him as the main threat right now, causing him to not be able to do much. So, goes straight through you all, ends its turn, or ends its movement there.
Opportunity attack.
Yep. $19
That's a crit.
is a critical strike. You cleave into the thing as it passes by, putting as much effort as you can into it, cutting into this ghostly form. It is badly injured at this point, but
It
it's
needs to
going
make a fortitude save.
Yes, I will do that in a second. It does
Oh.
hit Parenth. 13 damage to Parenth, and need a fortitude save. Gets a little bit of that temp HP back. Even though it's slowed, it's still able to rip through you guys.
I'm re-rolling that.
Enough here. Yeah, hero point. With that. A little bit better, but not good enough. You are drained 3. So it pulls away more and more of your life force. You're feeling very weak. That'll be its turn.
As a reaction. Goodbye.
Yep. That's a stupid
Nice.
ability.
I like it.
Takes 4
Absurd,
positive energy
yeah.
damage. There we go. So, Giraffe.
gonna step and double slice.
Oh, is that where you want to go? I might recommend that you delay after me if you want to go there.
Okay. I will delay till after Yarmos.
Okay.
Alright, Yarmos, guys. Yarmos volleys another 2 ghost temples to his hands, hurries over to the other side of this thing, and whirls about and tries to smash this ghost charge right into its face.
Mm-hmm. Can be equipped for this. That'll definitely be a hit. Bash it into it. 12 damage, 12 damage. Continues its enfeeblement.
Yep. That's it for Yarmos' turn.
Alright, Giraffe, now. Being
Cool.
told.
Step and
wait.
double slice. Now with the flank.
Yep. Getting that opportunity there. 17. Because of the flank. That
Flank,
is a
that's
critical
a
strike.
crit.
That was distracting it enough with that positive energy, sort of reels around and gives you the perfect time to strike in first with this strike. It'll be... Oh,
You mean spirit energy?
it might be fortitude. Or yeah, well, it's actually vitality energy. It's being very
Vitality,
specific.
right.
Yes. Spirits are different. Anyway, roll the second attack there, Giraffe.
No resistance against this attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
One.
That's
It
not
reels
good. I don't have
around
any fear.
one more time unexpectedly. You thought it was going to be easy to strike in that second time, but it's still on a very, very tough spot here. It'll be your turn. Just a tiny bit more.
I'm going to sustain. And I'm just gonna... I don't know exactly what it's strong against, so I'm just gonna throw this out.
Okay. So burst a bubble underneath it. Unfortunately, it just flies
Okay.
away. Gets out of the way.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright, Gaz, over to you. See if we can finish it
May
off.
as well help out Kiba in the future. He's going to join his colleague's side and he will try and punch this fellow.
Once again, hideous laughter. Making it very tough on these monsters. That'll be a hit. See if you can put enough strength behind it to bring this thing down. Not there, but it gets ever closer.
He is going to do another one.
Alright.
And another one.
Almost a natural 20, but because it is flanked, it is a hit. Batter into it one more time, this time with a little bit more oomph behind it. It's barely holding on.
Go on, Kiba, you can do it.
Kiba, gotta be the one to do it.
I might as well stand my ground because I'm already flanking with Yarmos or Gaz.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the Courageous Anthem up already. Yeah, let's do this. Let's just go all out.
Glaive on high, striking down.
Felon, guide me.
But a 4 is not going to do it.
Guide me a little harder. Please. Do I dare crit fish for a 20? I mean, that's all I have to do.
Not much else, yeah.
There's really not much else.
Well,
It was not a 20.
It was not meant to be. You feel sorry almost for this creature, this
Oh.
perhaps good person turned to this evil. It is going to strike out towards Perith one more time, so it's gonna move across.
Opportunity attack,
Mm-hmm. See if that does it.
please.
And
I
natural
like
20.
that.
Yes!
Hey.
You find the opportunity, you've gotten sick of this creature, and you
This
slash
is how I
straight
perform
through.
exorcisms.
And as its body is sort of bisected, the rest of it sort of flashes away in a cloud of red smoke and ash before it is gone from this world. And that is that. Give yourselves 80 experience points.
I hated that.
Poor soul.
You hated that? It was trying to eat me. Gaz, can you do anything for me?
I can patch you up. Don't think I can do much against supernatural energy ghost draining soul thing.
Now can we go take our rest?
There's plenty of places to sleep in these
I'm
alcoves.
not sleeping in a coffin. Sarcophagus. Sarcophagi.
That's gonna be forever one day. Might as well get used to it early.
Oh my.
I would certainly consent to making sure that our trusted mage does not perish and does not run out of energy completely before the big confrontation.
So what will it be? Do we try to hole up somewhere, or do we escape back out to the valley?
I would say we probably try and hold up somewhere. Escaping outside is just asking for him to summon more demons on top of us.
It's just
It's
my
all he does.
suggestion that we take a rest. That's it. We can keep going if you guys feel like it, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Very well. The safest place is most likely across the tar pit.
No.
I guess we get to keep going, don't we?
Alternatively, I suppose we could bunker up in the room before the tar pit.
I mean the ledge.
There was a door right there, right?
Yeah, that's
Before
a door
the
to a
staircase?
hallway.
The hallway, yeah.
It was an actual hallway, not a. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, like back here.
Not here. No.
Yeah, this
different
leads to that
upstairs.
hallway.
I see. I see.
This would be a terrible spot for resting because we don't have any of these other passages scouted. If you wanted to rest indoors, you'd either have to be like up near where the tar pits were or across the tar pit somewhere.
Should
Yeah,
find an
new rope
opportunity.
trick.
Do I mean you saw how little damage I took when I fell in. It's practically trivial at that point.
Yeah,
Well,
we could even run across it if we were Gaz.
It feels very still in this hallway, as if there's no draft coming through it. It looks like there's a lot of gravel ahead as well.
Maybe this is a dead end or something. Maybe the tunnel collapsed.
let's check the other end first. We
Be
might actually
careful.
be able to rest here.
As
I'm
we're
going.
going, Prance is gonna look into these alcoves to detect magic and like just see if there's anything in these things.
Nothing whatsoever, unfortunately. These guys head along.
Yarmos offers a prayer to the servant of Mayor Vrarn as they leave.
Mm-hmm. Small prayer is offered. As you guys find back here an old, forgotten area here, perhaps caved in at one point, perhaps further along, but at the very least, it's dark. It's back in the back of a forgotten section. You could be quite sure nothing has any reason to come back here.
I desperately need a long rest.
Yeah.
Let's do it then. Ah, it's just like sleeping back in the Warren.
I would rather sleep outdoors, but I'll take what I can get at this point.
Oh, I would never like crystal.
Yeah, that's the new name for Ever-Burning Torch.
Oh, that's why I didn't recognize it.
Mm-hmm. So, these guys bunker down here, pull out your bedrolls, take a rest. Who's going to be keeping watch?
I'll keep the first watch.
Okay. Roll me your perception check, Giraffe. The rest of the party rests. Giraffe, it is cold, it is dark. all you hear every so often is perhaps the long howl of wind sort of passing through these ancient catacombs. Otherwise, though, it's surprisingly quiet. Who's taking second?
May as well.
Okay. And for you, it's much the same. Nothing comes looking. You seem to have found a very good spot to rest and recuperate. Nothing has any reason to come down here. So, everyone awaken with full health? Do your daily crafting or otherwise? And your drain condition does remove, or at least reduce by 1. Also, those stupefied conditions do reduce to 0. Or, yeah, reduce to 0.
Oh my goodness, I'm smart again.
Is this full heal or just what it gives you?
It's a full heal because you would also do the medicine checks anyway, or the lay on hands and stuff.
Also, battle medicine immunity falls off.
Does it? That's 24 hours.
Not fair.
Yeah. That's one downside. But either way, you must make sure you're at full health.
Yep. Just need to rework my alchemy list.
Yeah.
Can't remember what I had last night, so it's a bit.
Well, in fact, we should take our 5-minute break here.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
See you guys in a bit.
That's good. Yeah.
Do we go
Okay.
yes?
So, as you guys had taken this rest, you found one of the perhaps few places in this place that is so forgotten that nothing's going to come by. Feel safe enough to proceed, now that you've restored yourself, revitalized yourselves, gotten better.
I appreciate you guys letting me take a moment, or a few moments.
But of course, we really do rely on you, you know.
Where's Yarmos?
I thought you were watching him.
Yarmos, are you here?
I am here, but it seems my token is not.
Okay, there we go. You may have deleted yourself.
Parent, what did I say about stuffing him in the
Or-
sack of containment? The bag of what do they call the bag of holding?
Spacious
Sack of
pouch.
containment.
The
Spacious
spacious
container.
pouch.
I was worried this was a
Spacious
plot
pouch.
twist.
No, there you go, Yarmos. You should be able to see now.
As they
Yeah.
pass by, Gaz would like to take like a body to see if there's anything interesting on it, basically.
Nothing really at all. See some, just regular clothes. The only notable thing is a boot knife, but didn't seem to work for them. Well for them, I should say.
Huh.
So, that leaves just one door.
Let's do it.
You open this door, and you see a grisly sight before you. Past
Oh,
some pillars
no.
in the center of the room, you begin to see a very long table stretching across the main width of the room. It's surrounded by many chairs, and in each and every one of these many chairs seems to be the corpse of some person, some human, halfling, male or female, young and old. All of them seemingly locked in these death throes. Their faces sort of pulled into this face of horror, and the majority of them with their craniums removed and their brains taken out.
This is someone's idea of a joke, then I'm really, really not laughing.
I think we may have found what happened to the barn holders.
This is horrible. Was this what Vordakai meant by his feast?
This is the sort of thing that only the most depraved sort of individual could possibly do.
I'm gonna step up and see if he can like figure out if Mega Warren is among these people.
How long have they been dead? Can you figure that out too, Gaz?
Yeah, sure. While I'm at it.
Medicine and society, then. Medicine for the corpses, and society for figuring out who might be who. Kaz, you're not quite certain how long these corpses have been here, and neither are you certain who is who amongst them. A lot of them show signs of decay. It's hard to tell. Yarmos, perception
Lots of
check.
unknowns here.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yarmos, you don't detect anything dangerous around you.
Gotcha. Perhaps Yarmos has a better eye for society. He does not.
You have no idea.
I do. I have not an idea, but I could look.
Ernest is kind of keeping his distance from this.
It is Kiba, who can confirm at least one of these people. At the head of the table, right here, seems to be Caspar Morgarian, the cleric of Aristil, of the church that you had found those scrolls in back at town. Amongst them, unfortunately as well, you see many others of Megavarn's retinue. But you don't see Maker Varn himself, and you knew that the population was larger than this too. It wasn't just these people that was making up a whole town. Not all are accounted for here.
It's still possible that there could be some survivors.
Well, it looks like there's a staircase over there.
I need a moment.
And as you cast your eyes over the staircase and even request a moment, there is something flickering up the stairs. The stairs seem to lead up to a gallery where someone or something or anything could see down towards you guys into this dining chamber. And it is there you see, out from the darkness, only a single mote of red, swirling red, as it stares down at all of you. Now you have seen the fate of your friends, of your countrymen, whomever you think you are. You could not save them.
Maybe, but we can certainly avenge them.
We can save their souls.
Get an explanation just for what the heck your deal is with them.
They are
There's no
simply
place in this world for evil like you.
pawns. They are simply a means to an end, as you lesser peoples always are. You are tools to be used, sheep to be herded, by your betters. And what I have learned from consuming their minds is a world sick, fractured, fraught with chaos. Nothing like the ancient empires of the Cyclopses, or of the Snake Men of below, or of ancient Aslant. All of them had one thing in common. They ruled over you lesser races, and there was order because of it. And you know why the Earthfall occurred. You know why our civilizations were wiped out.
Why don't you just tell us and spare us the guessing game?
It was the hubris of those slaves of the Algolthu creatures of the depths, of ancient Aslant. Their people were enslaved to creatures of the deep. And it is those ancient Aslanti that brought upon us this earthfall, shattering all of the ancient empires and bringing about an age of darkness, where you squabbled in it and built out of it your own fractured realms. For destroying all that was good in this world, for leaving me with no choice. I seek your utter destruction, the end of all existence. The Earthfall should have been the last.
Just race with you. Is that all you can do to judge others?
Your kind brought upon Earthfall. I have nothing else I need to say. Your kind got countless civilizations to ruin, countless peoples, millions to their deaths, for your hubris, for not knowing your betters.
Bold words for somebody committing absolutely disgusting atrocities upon civilization.
As if you
You
can't
are
see your
not
own
civilized. None of you are.
I can see you've the desire to follow in your predecessor's footsteps, then.
I do not seek ancient empires. I do not seek my own. I simply seek the destruction that should have been wrought upon this world The all-consuming death of everything. Somehow
Wonderful.
you rats survived. And humans survive no longer. Kill them!
You seek the death of all. Let's start with you.
As you see the eye disappear into the darkness, jumping out from alcoves in some of the higher sort of vaults of the ceiling here are these many cyclopean zombies that crash into the floor and charge towards the group at your initiatives.
Oh boy. Well, these aren't gonna drain our stats as well, right?
Yes, they will.
They'll drain your health.
Wrong button. Jesus Christ. Every single time.
There's lots of things in this dungeon that are very good at draining our health.
I really want to, like, this bad guy. I really want to just grab his bones and break them.
Have the chance.
Wait, I rolled well on initiative?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not last?
I guess these lumbering monstrosities. You guys are going a little bit further than them. Yarmos, your turn first.
Yarmos starts with a recall knowledge.
Mhm.
Religion? Question mark.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Though, actually, yes, you are able to tell that these are, of course, Cyclops zombies. What do you want to know about them, specifically?
Any special abilities?
The most notable thing about these monstrosities is that they probably will be making these very wide swings. So if you're standing next to each other, you could both be caught in a single strike.
Oh, great. Yarmos would like to know if they're immune to poison, but he can just find out. Takes a few steps away from other people, and decides to sling one skunk bomb at this one behind a pillar here.
Yep. It does hit. It does actually critically hit, but unfortunately they are immune to poison.
Yep, that's so.
Of course they are.
Good to know. That's it for his turn.
Alright, splash on them. No effect whatsoever. Kiba, over to you.
First things first. We're getting that anthem going.
Mm-hmm. Coming out for courage against this darkness. Easily, critically. Sort of lingering.
Whoa! Awesome! My first crit on that.
4 rounds.
Cool. Well, since I won't be able to reach one of these guys with a single stride, I will activate my movement bracer.
Okay.
Go.
Twisting that on your arm, and one more.
Move in. More or less try to protect. Or. Hold on. It's 10 foot, so I want to go. All about there?
Okay. As you rush up there, Giraffe, what are you doing?
Oh boy, that one down there is wanting to go. It's gonna be best for us to focus up on the same opponents. So, I'm going to strike twice to get next to Parent, and then I'm going to.
Are you
make
sure you
a-
want to be next to him? They can
What?
make sweeping strikes that will hit multiple people next to each
Oh.
other.
So that was 40. I want to instead go here. That's still in my movement range
Yep.
of 2 strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna make a lunging strike with my Mombole.
Alright. But you got towards it there. Careful not to step too close to your allies. This will be a critical strike, roll crit damage. Now, as you slice harshly into this thing, it seems with the power of your strike, you're actually going to do more damage. And they didn't fix it, but it
That's
seems
less.
like unless you hit hard enough, these guys are going to rebound any strikes. But if you can get through that hide and dig into them, it'll deal extra damage. So this is actually minus 21 extra on that right there, because resistance is 14, but it nullifies the resistance if you do a critical damage. Critical damage is weakness 7, so 21 total. Extra on top of what it automates for me here. So you're good.
Okay. That's my turn.
Alright, so that being said, we're going down to this one in the south here. It is going to charge over these corpses and just get itself right into the midst of the fray here. 2 actions, though these are zombies. They're slowed automatically. This one charges up right in front of Giraffe and makes a pounding strike against them. 4 on the dice, though. You're able to dodge out of the way before it smashes into you. Giraffe, or Parenth, over to you.
All right.
I do not look like that.
Wow. Kind of in a weird spot, but I'm going to try this anyways. Parenth is going to exhale a massive blast of fire.
Okay. Inhaling deeply and exhaling this surge of water out towards them.
Let's see if I can make this actually work, though.
13 and 5? Or 13 and 10, rather. Those both fail. Roll the damage, they'll take full. Sort of
I had to
easily...
manually roll it due to the thing being bugged out, so sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. As it batters into both of them, they're each going to take a lot of damage there, but let me see. Is that doing that correctly?
I think it's considered magical.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's still all damage that they're resistant to, except critical hits.
Fair
And then
enough.
weakness is actually, yeah. Anyway, correct damage. Batters into them. That'll be your turn, unless you...
I have 1 action left. I am
Yeah.
going to... I'm going to try to stride away from this one.
Okay.
That necromancer is so full of himself. I can't wait to make himself out of himself.
That would be my turn.
Disembowel him is what I'm saying.
As we get to here, this one is going to focus also on Giraffe. Not moving, just striking. 2 attacks here. And one of them, actually, is going to hit into you. So, trying to focus on deflecting both of them, but one does get in. 26 damage to you, Giraffe. That'll be their turn. Guys.
I've seen worse.
Time to eat an opportunity attack if I have one by overdriving.
Okay. Success. Doesn't seem to have an attack opportunity. These guys are slow lumbering. Wouldn't expect them to.
He is going to move around, hopefully blocking the way to the access to Parent in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to use his final action to strike out.
Alright. Trying to pummel into this one. That'll be a critical strike too. So, crash this pummeling strike into it. Take an extra, of course, I have to do the math correctly, 21 extra damage because of the weakness value and not taking the resistance value as well. Yeah, maybe even, well, no, it's already slowed, so it can't be even slowed further.
That's my turn.
Alright. These guys have been battering into these guys here. They have taken these hits. Now, my game is really slow at the moment. There we go. This one is going to rush across the room, again stomping over the table there, getting into the fray, but doing nothing else because of its slowness. Yarmers. You might be muted.
I can't hear him.
You're
either.
muted. Yarmers.
Apologies, I started shooting, so I stopped muting myself. Yarmos is going to start by striding over here, and he's going to quick alchemy up a ball lightning, debilitating bomb feature of Dazzled, and then he's going to make a strike at this one.
Okay.
at the back here.
Throwing it out.
He's going to try to catch both that thing and the one in front of it with it.
Mm-hmm. That does hit. Roll the damage.
Nice.
As it strikes in,
It is
it
now.
surges around it. Unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage because of the resistance value of it. But it'll still be off guard.
It'll be off guard and it'll also be a dazzle. That's the
Mhm.
main point of it. That's it for his turn.
Alright. Dazzle and off guard. Where's Dazzle? There it is. A little bit hard to strike when there's flashing sort of electricity around them. Kiba.
Alright, I swing my glaive around toward the top one up here that's badly injured.
Cleaving
Oh.
can actually do hit. It's not the most
Oh.
powerful strike. Does some damage, but unfortunately, because of its resistance, when you don't crit, it's going to do a little bit less. Just can't get through its hide and into that weak center.
Alright. I might as well stick to it then. Second strike.
Mm-hmm. 4 on the dice there this
Terrible.
time will not hit. This attack doesn't hit twice. What do you do with third?
I will reposition myself.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't. No, I won't. I'll crit fish.
Alright. You do actually hit this one, at
Whoa.
the very least. They're not too hard to hit, these lumbering giants. It's just getting through them, doing enough damage to them to really have an effect. Still, that one's looking pretty weak. Giraffe.
Alrighty. I'm gonna step up, and I want to double slice the one on my right, so that any crits I do could do damage to this other one.
Okay.
Because those are still from critical hits, so they wouldn't resist it, is what I'm thinking.
No. I don't
Okay,
believe
that's how it works,
that's how it works.
They're the effects of a critical hit.
Yeah, when you do the cleave, it's just like you're transferring damage to it. It's not like you're critting that one too. But 28 damage with this being a critical hit. I will do the correct amount. It's 21. There we go. Get that to actually the right amount. As it does cleave into the other one though. It's not going to do a whole lot. That is 2 and 2 is 4. So that's won't actually do any damage because of the weapon damage dice.
No damage.
Mhm.
Even that's so weird. I think that since it's from a crit, that's fine. My idea was just wrong. Then I'm gonna make a second slice. They're not gonna resist this at all.
Well, for the crit specialization, this amount isn't doubled for you don't get any crit specs, and yeah, I think in general it's not supposed to do that. Either way, this is a critical strike too.
No resistance on this because of double slice.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't exactly matter because it's critical strike, so still goes through it anyway. So extra 21 there. And that one's also looking pretty badly injured. Alright,
That is my turn.
so cleaving, slicing
As good as I expected.
parts off of them. This one here is going to try to shove Gaz, sort of push him back towards Kiba there. And that will certainly succeed. Sort of follow you. And then they will make a wide swing. So this is a single attack that is compared to both of you, which, well, they sort of
Okay.
get that attack sort of stuck on the column as they sort of punch into that instead. And do nothing there. Now, going over to Gaz, who's sort of in the shadow of this column, fighting against all three of these, really. Start pummeling down. They're a little bit dazzled. A 2 somewhere means it's going to be a miss, and this one misses by 1 as you just barely deflect it. That'll be that one. Parenth.
Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna use a telekinetic projectile on this one that's closest and advantage. that can still potentially crit. Actually, I'm gonna use Respell and hit the one that Giraffe is fighting, because it's off guard.
Okay. Slinging it on past. Will be a little bit of, actually no, because of the way you can do telekinetic projectile, you can, like, lift these stones up or
Like
whatever
it's-
around them.
Yeah, from wherever.
Just sling it off, though. It only just barely sort of glances off its side. Hits.
Alright. Oh, it does hit still?
Yeah, it hits. Off guard. And, again, very difficult to miss these guys, really. It's gonna do a little bit of resistance, though.
Alright. That's my turn. Because I used Respell.
Alright. This one here is going to take a step past the pillar here, and will make a wide swing against Kiba and Gaz. Again, too low of it. As you guys are hunkering down near the column, they don't have much movement or space to really throw these attacks at you. Gaz, over to you. Oh, and this one does take some persistent positive energy, which should actually deal a lot more to it. It seems like these guys are weak to positive energy, or vitality damage.
Guess I'll first try to knock out the guy at the top there.
Okay. Solid punch. Does still actually hit.
Miraculously hits, yeah. Good grief.
There's 18 points of damage there. A little bit less, of course.
I'll do a map attack.
Mm-hmm. Getting those twos out. That's going to be a miss there, too.
Final action is gonna be spin moving a little.
Okay.
That's as far as I can go.
Around the side of that one. Alright. Giraffe, over to you.
Oh, cool. It's the Cyclops, not me.
Sorry, yeah. I was looking at something else while I was doing that. It is going to actually take a step like this diagonally to get to there, and then do a single strike with a little bit of a flank against you, sort of surrounding you as they are. They will hit. Take another 16 points of damage there, Giraffe. And that'll be his turn. Yarmos.
Right, Yarmos is going to be as familiar to Valet to him, to Ghost Charge just, and then he's gonna target the one right before Giraffe for a Ghost Charge strike. He's going to try to catch the one below it in the splash as well.
Easy enough to do. And you hit with a crit, actually, on this Ghost Charge. Just smashes right into its face. And that positive energy burns away the undeath that keeps it alive. So 21, or that 20, is going to be 30 damage in total. And because it is a crit, that triggers its other weakness, which is technically 14. I add the extra 21 because that's getting past a resistance of 7. So yeah, this one is still barely alive. The other one also takes the splash. But the splash isn't critical. Alright.
Is it for his turn?
So, Kiba, over to you.
My first strike is going to the one below me to guarantee that I spread the persistent damage.
Mm-hmm. Slashing down into it. Certainly a solid hit. And leaving behind this mark of positive energy certainly will start to burn it.
And then I'll try to finish off the one next to me.
Alright. 18, even with the map, is going to be a critical strike.
Oh my gosh.
Goodbye. I hope this kills, but if it doesn't,
Parsley.
I do have quick reversal, which I've been wanting to use.
Slicing in plenty enough to put it down.
I see this is the feel good look fight.
As it
Now I gotta get around that darn pillar.
pounds to the floor. You can walk over it. It's a corpse.
Well, there goes my plan. I was gonna get 3 attacks off with a decent map because of quick reversal. Now I gotta re-strategize.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Giraffe, over to you.
I'm gonna double slice the one to the south, and then use my last attack on the one to the north, because it's probably gonna kill anyways. That'll hit.
Only hits, yeah. Not the cleanest strike you've ever made. A little bit less damage there, too. But still have a chance with Bloodthirst that it
Bypass
cleaves into it.
resistance.
Critical strike. This is Bloodthirst hits. It'll deal extra 21 damage. Of course, that's weakness or resistance.
And then I assume none goes over to the other guy.
With the dice rolls you have there, yes, it's only the weapon damage dice, so it'd be 3 damage, which is not enough to get past the resistance. But hey, you have a chance to still slice into it, and you do so. And this time, you put enough effort and power behind it to bring it finally down, this one as well.
Kablamo.
So they bash into the floor.
That's my turn.
Alright, this one here. Sort of distracted by Kiba is going to make a strike, too, in fact, with its reach. And the first one, will hit, because it's still got a flank here, because you're between both of them. 26
Good
damage to
job.
you. Now, this one's out of the turn order. Parent, we go to you.
I'm gonna cast Sure Strike.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting laggy again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Teleknife projectile the guy next to us.
Mm-hmm.
This should just automatically double roll, right?
Mm-hmm. You do critically strike perfectly there. Just the right momentum or trajectory there to cleave into its jaw, dealing a good amount of damage. Alright. Anything else?
No. The damage wasn't automatically doubled, by the way, because it was a cantrip.
Right, so what I'm going to do is deal 25 more there. Because I already handled the resistance and such. Yeah. So, there we go.
That's his turn.
That one's near destruction after it loses half of its jaw and it's not having an easy time holding itself up. Gaz.
More of the same. Strike at that one that's close to death.
Okay. That hits. Quick punch to the hydraulic fists there. 10 damage. Still holding up.
You get another good hit in.
And that's a crit, actually.
You're bowling this guy?
Not used to those map crits. So, this one, as you just sock it straight into the stomach, sort of blasting through its torso. Yeah, it is falling from that. Down to 0.
Final action. Move on over here.
Okay, this last one. Already pretty injured. It's gonna divide its attacks between Giraffe and Kiba, as you guys have been pretty smart about keeping yourselves away from each other. Miss on Giraffe. Oops,
Nice.
This one should be at map 5, but it doesn't really matter. He's gonna miss that too, as Kiba, you deflect it with your blade. Now time to finish it off.
They're just gonna go over to help set up that kill by a quick alchemy up another wild lightning and striking.
Aiming for the weak points in it, so the exposed organs and its face as well. Let's see if you can do it. You certainly can. That's a crit.
It's a crit. The main point was to go for the off guard and tackle, but I'll take that as well.
So the electricity sort of surges over it here, And I'll do 5 because it's a little bit weird here. I'll do 5, which is the actual damage you did, and then the extra 14 for the actual weakness to critical hits. And yeah, good amount of damage, and it's off guard.
Yeah. And also has to roll for it against
yes.
being dazzled.
Sweet, I don't have to stride now.
It's a pretty big creature, but surprisingly, it's still dazzled.
Wonderful. That's it for your armor's turn.
Kiba.
I have a big glaive, and I use it.
That you do. 10 on the dice is a critical strike with all the modifiers.
I wasn't expecting a 20 in hand to be a crit.
Very not hard to strike down zombies or creatures of the sort. Just the health that they have. But even so, damage deal is high here.
I don't need to move it.
Mhm.
And I will keep on going. Oh man, he's even enfeebled. I love this.
Yeah, because of the vitalizing essence still surging over this undead creature. Almost crit, missing that crit by 1. Still, good strike.
Map minus 10, let's do it.
One of the places
No reason
where-
not to. Oh,
Well,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Giraffe, over to you.
Alrighty, gonna double slice and actually then go for a third attack.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That's
That's an easy crit. You're critting doubly, so it's plus 20 over its AC. And yeah,
double crit.
with that, it's enough damage. With that sort of slice into its, past that sort of tough skin into the weakness of the insides of it, tearing it apart with the mobile. It falls to the ground, destroyed, along with the rest. That'll be that encounter. 80 experience points.
Could we have had the last 2 encounters also be that?
Yeah. Couldn't have they been that easy?
Yeah, you guys were actually well versed for this one. Persistent positive energy, the positive weakness from Yarmos, crits from Giraffe.
Good job, everybody. We did it.
Yarmos would like to really quickly recall knowledge one of these until he gets it right and look for the lowest save.
The lowest save was a reflex, obviously.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be really mad if even if they're like large and lumbering like this, they still have fort as their lowest save so that they can take advantage of being a zombie.
No, fort's highest. They don't do that all the time. They just do it with mindless creatures, mostly with low will saves on mindless creatures.
Is the guy still up there on the gallery, or is he gone?
The light from the eye is gone. There's only one way up, these massive cyclopean stairs that lead towards him, or towards where he was. But I think this might be a good place to end our session.
I am not against that because of final project I want to work on.
Yeah.
Thesis. Doesn't seem like a bad idea. We have
No,
our climactic
that
showdown
is-
for the next session.
Absolutely. We wouldn't even, if you guys went up the stairs, we wouldn't be able to do much anyway, so I think this is a good time to stop.
Why am I missing 2 focus points? I think something might be bugged.
What do you mean? Missing 2 focus points, you have 3.
Oh, what? No, I have 1 out of 3 focus points in my pool.
Uh-huh.
The only focus spell I used since our long rest was the courageous, the
So
lingering courageous anthem, right?
the macro uses a focus point. So if you're used to manually reducing your focus points, that may be what's happening.
The macro does it. That's not good because I see. I'm hitting the cast button on lingering composition, which is taking 1 out, and then using the macro that appears in the chat box,
Yeah.
which deletes another 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yep. But yes, thank you guys on the stream for watching. Thank you, Melkor, for the gifted subscriptions. I'm already saying that. That's really nice. I thought it would take a
Mr.
lot
Popular
longer
over
to.
here.
Mm-hmm. But thank you guys, really. I appreciate everyone watching, and if you guys, of course, like the maps, these are remakes, so you can find them in the official Paizo premium module nowadays. I kind of like my of Vordakai maps more than theirs. You know, I think I'd like mine more, but mine are still out. Mine are still free. If you want to go off of my Patreon, they are there. There's about 70 maps. Even if you aren't playing Kingmaker, get free maps. And there's an extra like 70 that are on my subscription for the supplemental stuff on Kingmaker. The stuff that you won't find in the official Paizo module. Tons and tons and tons of maps for random encounters, for all the other stuff. So much stuff that Paizo didn't actually do because they only really remade stuff. Anyway, Kiba.
You bet. All right, I am Chris Kobold, the player of Kiba, and I stream at Twitch over at Captain Kobold. Link is in the chat now, and I go on Tuesdays and Wednesdays around 7 o'clock Eastern Time, focusing on retro games. We're going to be jumping into some Castlevania this week.
Ooh, nice.
Come drop by.
The original one?
Originally, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
Long overdue. I mean, I did Battletoads. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I never actually got to tune into the Battletoads stream. Like, how'd that go?
It was great. VODs are all saved.
Awesome. I might look through those if I get time.
They're
Haha.
fun.
But with that, hope you all had a good time. We'll see you next week. Excuse me, I just, yeah, bye.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for
Have a good
joining.
night.